Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Thomas
Now, Mary Thomas.
of Thomas and Thomas PC, also known as Sales Tax Sisters. Thank you all so much for clicking on the video and for subscribing, those of you who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, take a look around and see if you would like to. So today we're going to talk about some questions that we got in the comment section of some of the videos.
Exactly. We're going to take these questions one at a time because I noticed that you guys are shy. I invite you to hit me up and you don't. This is not a bait and switch. I really will help you, okay? But for right now, let's talk about a couple of these questions. Today's question is going to be from Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Hope I'm saying your name right. Jeff says that he is a woodworker. I think he's in Texas. I'm not quite sure, but I think he's in Texas. He doesn't pay taxes on materials at the hardware store. He wants to know, are his purchases from the hardware store taxable purchases? And I sent a response. He probably thought it was BS. Or I was like, you need to describe to me what materials you're talking about. Today, we're going to answer your question so that you will understand that it's not just a simple matter of, are my materials taxable or not? When you say you go to Home Depot sells a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the question for us, there are a couple of questions for us. When you say you're a woodworker, what are you doing? Are you making birdhouses?
Or are you making cabinets and installing the cabinets?
Because if you are making birdhouses, then, okay, yeah, you're a woodworker for tax purposes, and there are some exemptions that you can get. You would be deemed to be a manufacturer. Versus if you're making cabinets
and installing them, then you're going to be deemed as a contractor, which is completely different than a manufacturer.
Exactly. And we're talking about Texas law here. Different laws, they vary by state. Mm-hmm. So we're specifically talking about Texas. So what's going to happen is, if you are making the birdhouses, then what's going to happen is when you go to the store, when you go to the hardware store and you buy your wood, yeah, you can issue your resale certificate because you're doing something to the wood. You're whittling it, or whatever you call it. But when you buy your
hammers, that's a hand tool, and a hand tool in Texas is taxable.
Exactly. When you buy the thing where you're kind of whittling away at the wood, that's taxable. That's a hand tool. That's taxable. So you should be paying the sales tax on that when you go to the hardware store. Versus if you're making the little birdhouse, I'm sticking with that, okay, and you buy the nails, then your resale certificate works. You're not paying sales tax on that. Or if you're buying paint to paint and detail the birdhouses, your resale certificate works. You shouldn't be paying sales tax on that.
So a lot depends on, one, what jurisdiction you're in, what exactly are you doing, and also what are you buying, because the taxability treatment is different depending on what you're purchasing.
Yeah, so you're not going to get everything from the hardware store free. I mean, not free, but sales tax free. Exemptions are very narrowly construed. You're only going to get what they gave you and nothing else.
And you contrast that with if you are making custom cabinets, for example, mm-hmm, and installing them. If you're making custom cabinets and installing those cabinets, into realty, that means you are a contractor. So what you can purchase tax-free is dependent on a couple, well, actually 4 different things: your contract type, the entity type, property type, and what was the other one?
The nature of his customer. Did you say
yes,
the nature of his customer?
Yes. So it's a whole lot of different and project type. It's a whole lot of different moving pieces when it comes to contractors here in Texas, and those things determine the taxability treatment. But some things are always going to be taxable regardless of whether or not you are a contractor or a manufacturer. Hand tools, you always going to pay tax on that.
Hammers, screwdrivers, the little things that are phonetically charged, like air. They use air to, like, okay.
I haven't been watching this whole house. I don't know exactly what that is, but y'all know what we're saying. They're hand tools, things like buckets, ladders, stuff like that.
Brooms.
Yes.
Maybe not the phonetically powered stuff. Take that back.
Yeah, but it all but it all depends on exactly what it is you're doing and what it is you're buying. Like Mary just said, exemptions are very narrowly construed. So you will not be getting everything tax free. That's even true if you are a contractor and you're working for and your customer is a tax exempt entity. You still don't get everything that you purchase tax free. You're always going to pay tax on something, including hand tools and sometimes different taxable purchases or equipment rentals and stuff like that. So it all depends on what you're doing and what you're buying, the correct taxability treatment, and where you are. Because like Mary said, this varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, from state to state. And if you're in a home rule state, you have to deal with local jurisdictions and their interpretation of taxability as well.
And I'm thinking of 2 home rule states off the top of my head, Louisiana and Colorado.
Yeah.
I think Arizona. So the question of, I issued a resale certificate, so I get everything from the hardware store. Do I have taxable purchases? The answer to that is probably.
Yeah.
You probably do. But we need to know more. We would need to know more about what you're doing. What are you working on? Are you a contractor? Are you a manufacturer? We don't know. This is so important because if you get this kind of stuff wrong, you could wind up working for a state taxing authority as opposed to working for yourself. So it is a simple cut and dry answer after you provide all the details, which that question didn't do it. So if you need more or if you want a competent answer, reach out, give detail. I would be afraid of anybody that answers a question just based on nothing. I mean, it makes a difference.
Broad strokes. If you want taxability treatment, is very nuanced. It is very nuanced. It's simple things like the format of your invoice can change how you treat things correctly. So you have to be very specific.
So, Jeff, this was specifically for you,
yes.
But the lesson it applies to everybody. We hope that this helps you, and we hope that with this, your level of frustration as it relates to, I just want a simple answer, will kind of come down from a 10 to maybe a 5. Nobody can give you a straight, simple answer until they fully understand what you're doing. And those little details that you think don't matter, they do. So, we hope this helps. Y'all have a good day. And if you like the video, please thumb it up. Consider subscribing. And if there is something that is bothering you, because this just came to me, ask it in the comment section. We might just put it up on a video.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye.